Costco has recalled almost 80,000 pounds of butter over an undeclared allergen.
We've all been there, standing in the dairy aisle, staring at a wall of choices. European, organic, grass-fed. How do you know which butter is truly worth your money? Top chefs know that high-quality butter is the secret to incredible dishes. But they also know that choosing the wrong one can make all your hard work in the kitchen fall completely flat. Because not all unsalted butter is created equal, a bad choice isn't just a disappointment. It's a waste of both time and money. Well, today, we're taking all the guesswork out for you. We've tasted and ranked 10 of America's most popular unsalted butter brands, from the absolute worst to the very best. We'll expose the 8 you should avoid for all-purpose use and reveal the 2 that are actually worth it. Is that old faithful brand in your fridge secretly holding you back? Let's find out. Kicking off our list at number 10 is one of the most common budget brands in America, Walmart's Great Value Unsalted Butter. Now, this might seem like an obvious place to start, but it's crucial for one reason. It helps establish the absolute baseline for what butter can be, and it defines what we're trying to avoid. Let's be clear. As a product, its main selling point is its incredibly low price. For a family on a tight budget, it is, technically, butter. However, in a ranking of butters for all-purpose use, where we care about flavor and performance, this is a product to avoid. The flavor is exceptionally weak and flat, sometimes described as watery or waxy, with none of the rich, creamy, nutty notes we look for. It's not just mild like some other brands, it's often a complete non-entity. In baking, its performance can be inconsistent, suggesting a water content that is pushed right to the legal limit, which can ruin the texture of delicate cookies and pastries. For that reason alone, in a ranking of traditional dairy butters, it has to be on the avoid list for anyone seeking quality results. It's a prime example of getting exactly what you pay for. And it's a long, long way from the dependable workhorse brands, let alone the best. Coming in at number 9, we have a brand that needs no introduction: Land O'Lakes. Chances are this is the butter our moms and grandmas used, a dependable and familiar sight in American kitchens for generations. This has been a staple for decades, and there's a reason for its incredible popularity. Land O'Lakes is America's #1 selling butter, and they have absolutely mastered consistency. You always know exactly what you're getting when you buy it. But that's where the problem lies. What you're getting is a straightforward, classic, but very mild butter flavor. The taste is incredibly subtle. It's not going to knock your socks off with richness or complexity. The real strength of Land O'Lakes is its texture. What it lacks in flavor excitement, it makes up for with a reliable creaminess that performs well in baking. It's the dependable workhorse of the kitchen, a great all-purpose butter for everyday cookies or cakes where you need a consistent fat that won't overpower your other ingredients. But, as one baker put it, it's the vanilla ice cream of butters. It's fine, but no one's ever excited about it. It's reliable and familiar, but it's a long, long way from the best. Right next to its longtime rival, at number 8, we have Challenge Butter. If Land O'Lakes is the icon of the Midwest and East Coast, Challenge is its West Coast counterpart. For decades, these two have battled for supermarket supremacy. But when it comes to taste and quality, they are remarkably similar. Challenge Butter is a standard American-style butter that, like Land O'Lakes, prioritizes consistency over character. Its main selling point is that it's churned fresh daily from 100% real cream, with no hormones or additives. And that's great. The flavor is clean and straightforward. But, like its rival, it's very mild. When you taste it on its own, it's creamy, but lacks any of the complex, nutty, or tangy notes that define a top-tier butter. It does its job quietly in the background of a recipe, but will never be the star. One reviewer summed up the experience of these standard American butters perfectly, saying, "They're the butters you use when a recipe just says butter. If the recipe says good butter, you reach for something else." It's a totally functional, reliable, and ultimately forgettable product. It's not bad by any means, but it's certainly not worth seeking out. For our number 7 spot, we have the very popular brand, Organic Valley. You see the word organic, you see the higher price tag, and you think, this has to be better, right? Well, coming in at number 7 is Organic Valley. Right off the bat, you can see a difference. This butter has a richer, more golden yellow color than the previous two. And when it comes to texture, it's a definite step up. It's ultra creamy and dense, giving it a very luxurious mouthfeel. That's the main reason it beat out the standard brands. But here's where things get a little strange. The flavor is a letdown. It's very muted. The butter taste seems to take a minute to even show up on your palate. And then there's the aftertaste. It has a note that is oddly reminiscent of movie theater popcorn butter. A little artificial, which is the last thing you expect from an organic product. Organic Valley is a battle of extremes. A fantastic, rich, luxurious texture that's being held back by a weak flavor and a slightly bizarre aftertaste. It's a frustrating experience, especially when you're paying a premium for a product you expect to be superior in every single way. When it comes to butter, do you think paying more for an organic label is actually worth it? Let me know your experience in the comments. At number 6, we have another unique entry. The Powerhouse Store brand, Kirkland Signature from Costco. Everyone who shops at Costco knows that the Kirkland brand often means high quality for a fantastic price. So, is their butter a secret weapon for savvy shoppers? The answer is yes and no. Let's start with the yes. The value is simply incredible. You can typically get a 2-pound block of Kirkland unsalted butter for the price of a single pound of a more premium brand. For anyone who does a lot of baking, especially around the holidays, this value is almost impossible to beat. The quality is also perfectly good. It's a solid, reliable, all-purpose butter that will perform well in just about any recipe you throw at it. But that's where we get to the no. It is a standard, good-quality butter that lacks the complexity and high butterfat content of the top-tier brands. Its flavor is clean but mild, similar to Land O'Lakes or Challenge. It's the peak of good enough value. You're making a conscious choice to compromise slightly on flavor and richness for a massive saving on cost. It's a fantastic budget choice, but it can't be considered a top-tier butter. Now we're moving into the world of European butters. At number 5, we have one of the most widely available French butters in America. President. When you think of French butter, you think of croissants, rich sauces, and a higher standard of quality. And President does deliver on some of that promise. It meets the European standard of 82% butterfat, which is higher than the 80% American standard. This higher fat content gives it a great, creamy texture and makes it a reliable performer in pastries and sauces, where that lower water content really matters. But here's the surprise. For a famous French butter, the flavor is surprisingly mild and less distinctive compared to its European competitors. It's creamy, it's smooth, but it doesn't have the memorable, complex, or tangy notes that you might expect. It's a good, high-quality butter, but it feels a bit like it was designed for the mass market, toning down its personality to appeal to everyone. One chef described it as a great workhorse for professional kitchens, but not the one I'm putting on the table with a good loaf of bread. It's a premium-priced import that offers good performance, but is overshadowed by more flavorful butters in the same price range. Coming in at number 4 is the secret weapon of many professional chefs and bakers, Plus Gras. With its gleaming gold foil and a seal of approval from the American Culinary Federation, this butter just screams professional. But here's the twist. Despite being a European-style butter, it's made right here in the USA, in Kansas City, Missouri. So, what makes it the choice of the pros? Performance. It's slow-churned with 82% butterfat, and it is engineered to deliver consistent, high-performance results. Its thick, rich texture creates unbelievably flaky pastries, croissants, and the most luxurious sauces. Its pure, powerful butter flavor elevates everything it touches. So, why is a professional-grade butter on the avoid list? Because it's a specialized tool. Think of it like having a set of professional-grade chisels. They are the best in the world for a specific job, but they're overkill if you just need to hang a picture. Foie gras is the connoisseur's choice when you are serious about your baking and want restaurant-quality results. But for everyday use, like buttering your morning toast or sautéing vegetables, it's an unnecessary expense. The brand is so confident, its slogan says it all. To taste the difference is to know the difference. At number 3, we have another iconic European import, the famous Danish butter, Lurpak. This is a butter with a strong, distinct personality. If the butters at the bottom of our list were bland and forgettable, Lurpak is the exact opposite. It's a cultured butter, which means the cream is allowed to ferment slightly before being churned, similar to how yogurt or sourdough is made. This process gives it a distinct, tangy, almost acidic flavor that is its signature characteristic. While that might sound strange, the result is absolutely delicious. The flavor is consistently sharp and complex, and its texture is dense and incredibly smooth. It is fantastic on a good piece of crusty bread, where its bold flavor can really shine. However, that strong personality is also its biggest limitation. Its tangy flavor can easily overpower more delicate recipes. If you're making a simple vanilla cake or a light butter sauce, the tang from Lurpak might clash with the other flavors. As one home baker noted, "I love Lurpak for my bread, but I ruined a batch of shortbread cookies with it once. The flavor was just too strong." It's a world-class butter, but it's a specialty item, not a versatile, all-purpose choice. If you're still watching and finding these details valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave the number 3 in the comments below, just to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support is what allows us to keep creating helpful content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's get to the good part. After seeing so many butters that were either bland, flawed, or too specialized, it all came down to a simple question. Which butter delivers an exceptional, balanced flavor and a luxurious texture, making it perfect for any task in the kitchen? And now for our Worth It list. Taking the silver medal at number 2 is an exceptional American-made butter, Tillamook. For over a century, this farmer-owned co-op from Oregon has been building a stellar reputation for its high-quality cheese and ice cream, and their butter is no exception. This is a significant step up from the basic American brands. It has a higher butterfat content of 81%, making it richer and creamier. The flavor is exactly what you hope for in a great butter: clean, sweet, and distinctly creamy, with a pure dairy taste that is both rich and refreshing. What makes Tillamook such a fantastic choice is its perfect balance. It's flavorful enough to be the star of the show on a piece of warm bread, but it's not so overpowering that it will hijack your baking recipes. It's a perfect all-rounder. As one fan put it, "It's the butter I can trust for everything." It makes my cookies better, my sauces creamier, and it's delicious on my toast. I don't have to buy 2 or 3 different kinds. It offers a near-premium, artisanal experience for a price that is still widely accessible at the supermarket. It represents the best of high-quality, American-made butter, and it is absolutely worth seeking out. Ladies and gentlemen, after all the tasting, it is time for the number 1 spot. If anyone ever tells you butter is butter, they simply have never tried this. Our champion, the #1 unsalted butter, is Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter. Everything about Kerrygold is just on another level. It starts with the color. That deep, vibrant yellow color is no accident. It comes from the milk of Irish cows grazing on beta-carotene-rich grass, making other butters look pale in comparison. Then there's the texture. It is velvety smooth, melting in your mouth in a way no other butter does. But the real magic is the flavor. Somehow, Kerrygold tastes more like butter than butter itself. It is rich and complex, with a slight, pleasant tang and a lingering, nutty finish. It completely redefines what butter can be. Kerrygold isn't just an ingredient, it's an experience. It surpasses all competitors in creaminess, flavor, and overall quality. Even culinary icons like Martha Stewart swear by it. Frankly, this is the one butter on the list that I believe is worth many times its price. It is simply the best. It's the perfect combination of a rich, complex flavor and a versatile, balanced profile. Whether you're baking a prize-winning pie, making a delicate sauce, or simply enjoying a slice of toast, Kerrygold will make it better. It is the undisputed champion. And there you have it. From a vegan alternative all the way to our glorious champion, Kerrygold. I am dying to hear what you think. Do you agree with our #1 pick? If you enjoyed this journey, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know a friend or family member who could use this advice, please share this video with them. It might just help them bring something truly special to their table. Of course, if you want more honest, in-depth reviews just like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell so you never miss our next adventure. Thanks so much for watching.